My name's Tyler, and I think I'm having an identity crisis. A lot of people go through a lot of strange phases in college. Trust me, I've done a lot of experimenting. But there's some things about myself that I just don't understand. There's this one thing in particular that I've been really scared to tell people until right now. Should I say it? Okay, I will. I see spirits, and lately it's been getting really intense, which is why I want to get to the bottom of this. I've decided to scour the entire world, telephone books, the internets, regular books, to find out what is really happening inside of my body. The journey begins now. I started my journey by finding 4 psychically gifted people and interviewing them to find out if they were experiencing anything similar to me. Ken and Dana were a couple who taught Reiki classes.
I had a lot of trouble with being bothered by spirits or energy. I could feel things. As an example, I used to clean the church on Sunday for $15. So after everyone left, I would clean the church. And I would feel a presence in the church.
Christy and Kelly were mediums who could connect with those who have passed.
I physically see spirits. I have since I was 3 years old.
I've often heard other people with psychic gifts talk about after their first child, this began happening to them. For me, that's really when it came to the forefront.
I've worked since I was a little girl on police investigations. So oftentimes the victims will come to me in the dead of night to give me information about their murder so that I can help give that over to the police. That's probably the time that I am so not rested. While everyone else is, in dreamland, I'm the one hearing this whole line of people telling me about their murder.
I have a particular type of psychic arts that I practice. I refer to it as being a medium or a channel. And my most natural gift as a psychic is connecting those who have passed. So what I do for a client is actually bring them into conversation with someone who's crossed over to the other side.
Basically, what happens with Reiki is the energy comes in through the top of your head and it goes out your arms and out your hands. And it's used to rebalance and energize the aura and the chakra system.
What causes the imbalance is stress, emotional trauma, physical trauma, anything that's difficult, struggle. So you're made out of a bunch of atoms. You're basically an electromagnetic field. When you have strong emotion or strong stress in your life or struggle, or you're repeating the same relationship patterns over and over again, where you are experiencing suffering, whether it's emotional, mental, physical, this changes the vibration in your field, and that causes irregularities and it causes blocks. And what Reiki does is it helps smooth that out and balance it so that the body can heal itself.
Nervous about what my own family would think about my paranormal senses, I was interested to hear how their families reacted.
My mom passed away about 4 years ago, so she obviously loves that I can see spirits because she can communicate with me on the other side.
When it first started happening, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was real. I had some serious concerns that if I revealed to my husband what I thought was happening, that I might very well find myself in a mental institution, at least on a 72-hour hold. It just was not the kind of thing that was talked about, accepted, or explored in any way in my family.
When I was 3, it was extremely frightening seeing spirits because at that you can't comprehend, and I grew up in an extremely religious household, so for me to tell my mom and dad that I'm seeing a ghost, it was like I was waiting for them to throw holy water on me, to be perfectly honest. What is wrong with this girl? And I got made fun of a lot of times. They characterized the spirits that I was seeing as my imaginary friend.
As the interview went on, I came to realize that everyone's gift is different.
Most of the information that I'm getting is visual in nature. It'll be a person stepping forward, almost like out of the dark into, my consciousness, and they'll show me significant things about, and it's always different. Someone will present to me how they looked in a picture that was in this client's wall, on the wall as they were growing up. It might be a phrase that was very personal between the person that's passed and the client. And sometimes I will pick those up clairaudiently, which is actually hearing them like you're hearing me now. Or it might be through kind of a telepathic communication, which is getting information from someone, although they're not speaking, and I'm not speaking, but we have this communication. And so sometimes I'll pick up the information actually physically feeling it in my body, and that's referred to as clairsentience.
And in my case, I'm clairsentient, so I rely on touch, and I feel the aura, as it were, and so feel people's energy fields. I can look and see outer layers of people's energy fields in their aura when they walk into a room, and I can energetically sense and feel what's happening in a certain social interaction or that kind of thing too. And I can do it very easily.
It's a little bit unusual what I do, because they actually stand in front of me and I view them just like physical beings for the most part. Sometimes it's just an energy, but I'd say 80-85% of the time I see the physicalities of them.
At the end of the interview, I discovered a dark side to the paranormal gift.
I get a lot of situations where someone has been murdered, and the family or the fiance, the girlfriend, they want to know if the person that's being tried in court is really the right person. Typically what we'll do, and it's a major endeavor for me to go back and visit the scene of the murder and to look around to see if there are people that I can identify, a circumstance that I can identify. That's a frequent journey that I take with clients in that setting of someone who's been murdered.
I definitely would not take any credit. Have I found dead bodies? Yes. Yeah. Have I found information to give them in order for them to make an arrest? Yes. But they can't put me on the stand. You know, a lot of times I've been in the back of the police car because I knew too much, that they thought that I was possibly part of it. So it's different.
This gift has been given. It's certainly not a calling I would have asked for or wished for, but that's what I got. So here I am.
So I've reached the end of my journey, and I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned that I'm not alone. There are so many other people that have feelings just like I have, and I know that I can use these powers to my advantage.